interview, and it was a woman interviewing an African American young man who was doing pretty good in life at this point. He was gainfully employed, he was going to school, but the interview was not to talk about what he's doing now, but rather what he had been through. And I thought about reaching out to the brother until I saw some particular comments that I'll discuss. But the lady did a great job interviewing this particular brother. And come to find out, he was raised by a single mom. He found himself being abused both physically and emotionally. And mom had several boyfriends, and some guys had also abused him as a child. It got pretty bad to where the state had to intervene on his behalf. And the brother was talking about his own experiences. He was being objective, wasn't being subjective. He talked about how he felt, right? You know, how he felt about towards his mom for a long time, how he felt towards certain women. But eventually he was able to overcome all of that, although still he has issues from time to time about what he went through. And the brother was very nice. He was respectful. He didn't curse. He didn't hold, at least it seemed to me, didn't hold a lot of ill will towards black people. Didn't hold a lot of any ill will towards black women. But the comments always tell somewhat of the story. Now, obviously, it's not all black people that are commenting on YouTube or watching YouTube videos. And to be fair, there were black women on there that were very sympathetic and understood what he went through, had some real deep compassion for him, and understood that these things happen in the black community, right? And there were a lot of brothers who were sympathetic and had went through the same thing. But what I noticed were also a great deal of dissenting comments. And that comes from the group of people that feel they can tell black men to just get over it. It happened to you. Who cares? Get over it. Not addressing that it happened or he needs some sympathy towards him. Just not even being sympathetic or even empathetic, right? Just get over it. It happened. Get over it. Life goes on. And I thought to myself, are these black men telling other black men to get over it? Right? Now, from black women, I would even expect that. Because women typically don't have much sympathy for men. But when I saw it coming from black men, I thought of it for a long time, and today I'm making the video. I want to talk to you, brothers, about how your lack of empathy and sympathy for what other black men go through, how it creates this dynamic, right? Not only are you teaching people how to treat us as brothers, you teach each other how to treat ourselves. And we as black people who have went through some traumatic issues, whether it be with other races of people, most notably white folks, or each other, we are the least sympathetic group, and black men are the worst. You know that nobody cares about black men's issues. You know that. You know that the black man is targeted in many situations have been in this country. But one of the reasons why we stay in that situation, as some of you guys may say, is because of the lack of empathy that we have for one another. Get over it. Now, I'm going to talk about, some of you brothers out there. Some of you brothers have not been in an abusive, had parents or an abusive family. You don't know what that feels like. I don't. I mean, I know what it is to have a daddy that's a damn crackhead and an alcoholic. I know what it's like to get beat by a belt or a switch for being bad in school. I know what it's like going to church and being tormented 5 days a week. I know what that's about. But I don't know what it is to get to have other forms of abuse. I don't. But I can be empathetic to those. I can try to understand. I can try to take my time, and when I'm dealing with other black men, to be sympathetic. Why? Because when I look at our brothers, I look at them as our people. I look at them, and I want to give a shout out to Steve Harvey. Building up our own men. Your people have a problem. Nobody's going to give an ear to you but you. Therefore, I'm sympathetic to what black men go through. Although I have no idea what it's about. It got to start somewhere, right? And I'm going to just talk about, how do I know this? Let's look at black women. Black woman comes in and is interviewed, has the same problems. I've went through this. I was abused physically. It could have been emotionally, could have been other forms of abuse. Which one of you would dare say, get over it? God forbid you have your real name and real photo out there. You better troll and do it, because you know that if you say that and people find out who you are, there are consequences. Why? Black women will not allow you to tell a sister to get over it. There are repercussions and consequences because they care about their people. They're not going to let you say, get over it. Female abuse is a no-no. They will not tolerate that. And the reason why you can't tell them that is because there are consequences if you do. They got media. They got people in high places. They got people respecting their issues. If you do that, you're fired. Don't believe me? Let's talk about the LGBT community. They have had issues in America. They've been targeted. There have been cases where LGBT people have been abused or jumped or killed because of their sexuality. Who wants to step up to the plate and say, get over it? All right, you were cussed out because you were gay at school. You got made fun of because there's all right. It happens. You dare not say that, because there are consequences. There are consequences behind that. Consequences leading up to being terminated, being ridiculed, being looked down upon society, being shunned out of American society. You dare not say that against them. There are consequences. Even for those people who are not LGBT, those people who are sympathetic to you, to them, they will not let you disrespect them like that. Don't try it. I'll give you other groups. Jews, recently Muslims. Who wants to fix their mouth to talk bad about either group and talk about whatever they've been through is irrelevant and they should get over it? You better not bring up anything that has happened to them. Why? There are consequences. They won't let you do that. Why? They're sympathetic to their own people. Hispanics the same way. All these other groups understand this, but black people, in particular black men. Number one, how can anybody care about your issues if you don't? The gays understand this. The Jews understand this. Whites understand this. If you do not care about the issues that black men go through, and if your position is get over it, it happened, we will never amount to anything. No, and I want to talk to you guys about this. We always think this is a money thing, right? Listen, brothers have money, all right? To start a black male movement and get it financed don't cost a lot of money. You brothers have money. I'm not talking about that. The money is the last thing that I'm worried about. All right. As a black content male creator in the black manosphere, I never had to worry about nothing because the brothers took care of me. But that's not the point. The point is, it's not about the money. We have the money. We can get the money. That's easy. But can I get you brothers to care? Because see, you're teaching folks how to treat us. You're teaching the police how to treat us. You teach everybody in the world not to care about black men issues, especially African-American men, because why? It's up to us to push our narratives. If there's black male abuse going on, we should say it's wrong. You will not abuse black boys. You will not abuse black men. You will not do that. There are consequences if you do that. Not for us. Get over it. We have a lack of sympathy for one another. And that's what's keeping us behind. I got to tell you the truth. And until we fix that, expect us to stay at the bottom. And that's my problem with telling black men to get over it. We have to stop doing it. If we don't give each other a listening ear, who in America will? Where? Right? And this is something that's important. So, guys, I really thank you for listening. Let me know. I am going to premiere this and do that. Guys, if you're watching the premiere, we are wanting you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. I have a lot of good content coming up. If you want to support us on patreon.com, a lot of people have been asking me about that. First comment, pinned to the top, $5 a month, right? Looking for 100 brothers trying to get to 500 Patreon subscribers by the end of the year. Why? Because we have the negromanosphere.com. We're revitalizing the site. We have over 1,200 articles. We're going to be doing something new. We need brothers to support what we're doing, right? Black male content is important. We have specific, unique content on there, and we have been concerned about what goes on with black men in America. Over 1,200 articles. Check out the free ebooks and the free things there, okay? And if you have issues getting it, you can email me all below. If you say, well, I want to just check out some of your stuff before I support it, look at what we have to offer. If you can't get it, email me at planetoshea@gmail. Say, I want to check out some of your ebooks. I want to check out some of your articles. Look at what we've done. We've built over a database of 1,100 articles talking about black men's issues, right? And we need to keep black male media on the forefront, because if we don't, nobody will. So this is the reason why I ask brothers, support is not a lot of money, right? We need to have our brothers supporting what we're doing, because nobody else is going to care about our own issues. So we use that money to pay our writers. We have the Negro Manosphere Awards. I'm sending them out. So I want us to start getting concerned about black male issues. Start talking to your brothers on the street, right? Start trying to work with your black men instead of hating on them all the damn time. All right. And as you brothers know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. All my contact information will be in the description. Peace out.